Hi everybody. Welcome to Silky Intuitive. My name is Nancy. Now, I just had to share this. This is the most magnificent thing anybody has ever given me. This is a little hardcover book my daughter had made. The picture on the front is me and my granddaughter. And on the inside is just a little bit of a reflection of the first 2 years of her life. She's beautiful. She's the most beautiful baby in the world. She is a fashion phenom. You'll never catch this kid in the same outfit twice. It's because she is so spoiled. And we love her so much. But I just wanted to share that because it made me so happy when I got that. Now, on to other things, like a reading just for you. And if you want one just for you, you can find me at my website or reach out to me through my email address, and we'll get the process started for a private reading. Over at my Vimeo channel, I have a growing library of love readings, of energy readings. That link I also leave here for you. You can make a little donation over there if you like, and what you get in return is a little reading, and there's a whole bunch of them over there. So go on over and take a look. Also, this is for the week of May the 15th through the 22nd. I can't believe we're almost halfway through the year already. It's just incredible how quickly the time is going. We're going to lay this out a little bit differently than we have in the past. Let's see. First, let me timestamp Earth signs. I'm going to put my Earth signs at 2 minutes and 30 seconds, we'll call it. Okay, I'm an old-fashioned girl. I write everything down. Okay, here we go. Earth signs. For my Earth signs for the week of May 15th. It would be like either Sunday through Saturday. So maybe we should say 14th through the 21st then. Go in here first. One, 2, 3, 4, and 5 positions. First, we have work. Work, well, some of you are choosing around something connected to your career, Earth signs. Some of you are maybe choosing a path. Are you choosing to go back to school? There's a choice here that needs to be made. One path comes with obstacles. It's a little more difficult to get to the ultimate goal. And the other road kind of takes a little bit more of the twisting and turning, but the road seems clear, although it feels like there may be lions and tigers and bears, oh my, on that side. So either path you choose may come with its struggles, its issues, hardships, maybe people that you're dealing with. And maybe you've come to a point where you're choosing who you can deal with, who you want to do business with, and who you don't. You're coming down to choices, though. Now, in your home life, we have the Ace of Swords. In your home life, it looks like you're feeling pretty good about the way things are going. you have good open communication, maybe with the partner in your current home situation, or maybe if you're by yourself, you're reaching conclusions, but you've got clarity of independence and that clarity of thinking that comes through a path of independence. Maybe some of you have chosen a path of independence as far as your workplace goes. You possibly are working from home. There's a clarity. You definitely have a nice balanced energy going on around you during this week, earth signs. And there may be some judgments coming your way too, as far as your home life is concerned. There may be final decisions being made around the home too. It all feels like it's somewhat connected for me though. Now, what is unexpected? The Queen of Wands. Can be any individual, more mature, male or female. God, passionate, maybe. Full of desire, maybe there's a reaction. I almost feel like this is connected to a reaction that you can expect from the Queen of Wands. What that individual is reacting to, not quite sure. It can also talk about things that you are desiring to have in your life. A new home, a new car, the things that are more of the, they have that physical attachment to them, but it's the thing that fills your heart with joy, like that cherry red sports car with the leather-wrapped steering wheel. It's that kind of passion to drive, but it's unexpected. So maybe it's about something that takes you by surprise, but it really fills you with an element of satisfaction. Could be around these choices coming this week, could be around the clarity midweek that you may be facing about a certain situation. A situation where maybe a choice has been needed in the past and now you're coming to some conclusion, both in your workplace and at home. Now, your role, the Knight of Cups, feeling full of love, full of joy, full of heartfelt emotions. Maybe it's just a very emotional week for you. Maybe the choices that you're making and the things that are happening this week in your life bring you to a point that fill your heart full of good or bad. It can be a very emotionally draining week for you. The outcome is the man who is drained, tired, maybe ready to let go of his burdens. I think this choice connected with this new refreshing start and all of your emotions tied up, maybe bringing you to a point where you have to let something go. Maybe it's a relationship that's finally coming to an end. Maybe it's a situation where there's hardship, but it's finally drawing to a closure. You can see the light at the end of the tunnel of this thing that maybe has made life more difficult for you, made the path a little bit difficult. And maybe that's why it's such an emotional week. Now, Capricorn, what can we add for Capricorn on that? Well, the Costanza, constancy, what is a given in your life. It's something that you've been waiting for. It's something we're anticipating. With Speranza, we wait. And it could have been a period of waiting, because both Costanza and Speranza are very much cards about patience and waiting. But whatever is happening for Capricorn during this week, there's a real sense that you've been waiting for this time to come for a while. It releases a burden in your life. It lets go of something. Yeah, the emotions feel like they may be heavy around the situation, around whatever it is that you've been waiting, whatever it is that you've been waiting to happen. The happiness is here. And so, on one hand, it feels like it's a very heavy time emotionally. Whatever maybe you may be waiting to bring to a conclusion. Yes, it feels like it took a long time to get here. But it's a joyful awaiting. Almost as if you've been waiting for someone to graduate from college for, 12 years. They've been going through medical school. And now they're finally reaching a goal. It's a good energy for you guys. It feels like it was the right decision to put that girl through medical school, is what I'm hearing. And I do think that whatever joy is coming into your life that you've been waiting for, it's going to be a good celebration. Amore. Allegrezza a cor, more happiness, more joy. Donare. Now this talks about love coming in a secure way. Supportive, both financial and emotional. But with Amore here, that can talk about touching any corner of your life, Capricorn. It could be talking about financial success, coming through, and finally having some relief in a financial way. Can also talk about better times with your relationships. And maybe waiting for changes in a relationship that you weren't sure could go through changes. The sorrow, the baby, and the doctor. Well, it may not be all happiness for everyone. Someone may be in need of help around a new project, around a new endeavor. I'm not sure where the sadness comes from. I think whatever new beginning you've got going on, Capricorn, during this week is going to bring a new beginning. There feels like you may be on the mend, going through some healing of some kind, but it also feels like maybe there's someone there to help, or something there to help out in the situation where maybe there was sadness, maybe there was some illness, mental illness, and now someone is getting some help. I also feel that there was a lot of energy put into someone's marriage and it's being let go of. Okay. Those are all the messages that I got for Capricorn, guys. Aside from a handful of you who have some emotions that you're dealing with this week, may feel very much like you're skeptical about a new beginning, or I don't know. It feels like for some of you, there's, I don't know, a need to really let something go. Let something go, because that thing that you've been hanging on to really has been over for a while. That's the message I'm getting. If you've been hanging on to something that honestly is probably gone a while back, then I think you may be asked to let that thing go. Now, let's hurry up and take a look at Taurus. Taurus. What do we got for Taurus? Taurus. Well, what we're adding for Taurus is that you're dealing with an authority figure this week. That authority figure is going to reward you handsomely for, I think, work well done. I'm hearing some of you have been working on kind of a secretive project at work. That situation is going to come through for you. Whatever you've been working on at work. Well, that would be working on, wouldn't it? But you've been holding something very close to you. Maybe a secret that your employer has been holding. You've been working on something together, kind of hush-hush. I think the rewards are coming through for some of you on that. What else? The letter To and Donate. Hallelujah. Yes. Belvedere. Like I said, some of you have been working on something in particular for your employer, for whoever that is, Taurus. Just know, handsome rewards are coming your way. He's been thinking a while of how to best reward you. I think for some of you, the rewards are going to come with money. You've been kind of waiting for a decision around that. Well, he's coming through with it this week, Taurus. And Virgo. What have we got here for Virgo? That's really good. And I really think that it's been worrying you a little bit because you weren't sure if he was going to recognize all of your hard work. But I do think he's opened up. Something's been shown to him, and he's really very happy with what you've been doing. I think you've either saved him money or made something run more efficiently, but very good. Okay, now, Virgo. Virgo, what do we got for Virgo? The conversations, Salamante. It's time to have conversation with someone you love. Marital, more than likely because of the Lamante, the woman in love. There's deep conversations going on here. But some of the conversations are sorrowful. Have some remorse. You may have some weepy conversations with someone about something that's going on around you, something that you've really wanted, or you're wanting clarity about someone's feelings, and you're asking them to make a choice. Make a choice. And I don't know what you're asking someone to choose between. Or maybe someone is asking you to make a choice, maybe between two people. It feels like the situation has been a burden for someone. It feels very emotional, and I do think that it's possible. You're going to finally have that conversation that you've probably been wanting to have with someone for a while. Yeah, for some of you, it's about jealousy. There's a jealous person around you. It could be a jealous situation. I think someone may find out that their wildest dreams have come true, and they find out that they've been cheated on. And I think if this is a marriage, somebody's calling a lawyer this week. That's what I got for Virgo. Okay, let's move on to my fire signs. And fire signs, we're marking you at 21 minutes. Hello, fire sign, earth signs. That's all I've got for you guys. Nothing else I can say about that last one, guys. You'll have to see what that is. But for someone, it's a third person. It's a third person. There's a realization, and somebody is calling loudly for help for Virgo. So now, okay, here we go. Now I've got to get into a head about my fire signs. Okay, 4 fire signs for the week. We're calling it the 14th through the 21st. King of Wands, the Wheel of Fortune, the 5 of Wands, the 5 of Cups, and the Ace of Pentacles. Okay, what have I got? First of all, for work, you're dealing with your boss this week. Above everything else, you've got work responsibilities, and you're ready for it. You're definitely up for the challenge, I think. There's something maybe more creative going on at work, possibly. But the boss is being very demanding on you. And most of those demands are coming around your job. So I would say more than anything, the thing you're most passionate about this week is definitely work. Some of you may also be looking at a romantic situation connected through work. And that's just for some of you who have an attraction going on at work. I would say that now may not be the right week to make that approach. Once we get here, it's a little iffy, but let's see what else we've got here. There's something going on around work, and there's definitely attraction there for someone. And it could be attraction for the boss, and that may be why we're kind of backing off of that feeling a little bit here. Next, at home, we've got the Wheel of Fortune. So I don't know what the hell is going on for y'all at home, but what it looks like here is we may win the lottery. Go out and buy a lottery ticket. Fire signs, you've got some luck going on around you. Go home, buy a lottery, or stop and get a lottery ticket before you go home. I think as far as your home life goes, though, there's something karmically connected going on here for my fire signs, painted with a very broad stroke. Something karmically is changing for a lot of my fire signs this week. There is a karmic issue that maybe you've been dealing with for a while within your home that has maybe been a little bit out of balance, but it feels like someone's karmic situation is getting ready to come to a halt, because this wheel feels very much like it's stuck to me. Now, what's unexpected? The 5 of Wands. What are you struggling with emotionally? What are you thinking about? What are you struggling with, maybe within yourself, that you weren't prepared to deal with? It's connected to the sorrow here. I would guess, for some of you, this karmic situation that you've been dealing with for a while, something you've really kind of been emotionally tangled with, whether it's been at a work level or in the home. There's this destiny here that is wrapping itself up for you. Some of you, this is an actual karmic situation that's getting ready to shut itself down. It feels this week. The unexpected thing, I think, for some of you is the way you're actually going to feel once this karmic situation shows itself as wrapping up, as coming to an absolute end. Now, there's sadness here. Your role, fire signs, is the Five of Cups, the examination of the disappointment. So whatever destiny is really ending here for someone, and it feels unhappy, it feels mournful when it happens. There's a sorrow around it. There's no two ways about it. But the Two Cups standing is what really interests me, because the outcome here is the Ace of Pentacles. It's the brand new beginning. It could be a new connection. It could be a new independence. For fire signs, it's really about a new beginning that takes you to a different level. Maybe living a different lifestyle. Maybe you were married and now you're single. Maybe you had roommates and now you live alone. That karmic movement is really taking you from a very negative place to a place of stability and satisfaction. Feels independent to me, but it doesn't have to be. It just feels like it's a new beginning. It's a new beginning that actually, even though there's some disappointment or heartache there, for whoever this is for, it really does take you on a more satisfying, clearer road. Now, this jumped out of the deck. This goes to Sagittarius. Sagittarius, what have we got here that we can add to this for Sag? We've got the stanza, the empty room. This is a sad place. It's cold and it's lonely sometimes. We go from an empty, sad place to the joyful heart, to celebrations with family members and friends and messages. So for some of you, this doesn't really mean a message. It's more receiving that all-important contract, getting the passport, receiving the official documents. So there feels to me like this happiness really concludes with the receiving of a document. And it feels very final to me. But whatever that means to you, Sagittarius, this whole conclusion of the karmic cycle and the rebirth of something new with the Ace of Pentacles just says that your foundation is going to look a lot more secure in the future. There are some documents for some of you, some officiating to be done on some level or another, but it takes you to a better place. Fidelta, la superbia, Desperado per jealousía, which is desperate acts of jealousy, which always worries me when I get that, because I don't like this image that's on the card. That doesn't rub me the right way. But what that tells me is that there's been an upsetting period around a situation where there may have been some sexual attraction. And I don't really know if this faithful energy really means that this person, even though they strayed, it feels like they've been faithful, or maybe you have. Because it feels like this karmically challenged relationship could very well have been a relationship of love. The marriage license, it definitely could have been a relationship, but it's ending. See, the Disgracia, the Tower. This contract is ending. That's what this is about. For someone, it is the finalization of that long contract. There's still love in this relationship. There may even still be attraction in this relationship at some level. But this also tells me, we've got 2 flames burning here. 3. This situation kind of needs to come to a close. Just for right now, there's a closure to the situation that has to be closed. Now, I don't know what happens to these people moving forth yet. We'll have to see in the coming weeks. If you want to reach out to me, go ahead. Next we have, that was Sagittarius. I want Leo next. Okay, Leo, here we go. Leo, my friends. What can we add to this for Leo? Good for Leo. You've got something brand new going on. Karmic cycle definitely is coming to an end. Within your home, you, like I said, buy a lottery ticket. Don't go crazy. Just buy one. With this card and this card together in one reading, you may only need one card if karma, if destiny is smiling on you. I got 4 of them. We've got the Gran Signore, Leo. The Donna Maritata. The sick person, the Amalato. And La Fedelta, the faithful one. Faithful friend. I think that this week some of you may be dealing with I think for some of you, your time is going to have to be sacrificed and given up for someone who is, I feel this is probably an elderly relative, but I think that your act of generosity won't go unseen moving into the future, just so you know that. But basically, the message here for Leo is you may be expected because as you are, you're a very faithful friend, especially when someone needs you to be there. And so you may be called upon this week to be a nurturer in some way or another, to reach out to someone because their situation is going to feel like it's priority to you, Leo. The Doctore, yeah, the Morte, and the Alighiera Accord. I'm not going to go any further with this. Some of you are going to be called on because you're going to be facing a loved one's last moments. That's not going to be for all of you. What comes with that, though, is a sense that a person's illness is going to have to be nurtured to whatever end it brings. Someone is going to be needing on not just your nurturing, but your ability to shine happiness and joy into someone's life who right now their life feels very glim. They just feel their life looks and feels very negative right now. And so you're possibly going to be called on, Leo, to take care of a situation, whether it's an actual person who is ill or a situation that needs fixing. Someone is going to be calling on you to fix a situation that looks like it's on the brink of failure in one way or another. That's what I've got for Leo for this week. Now, let's see what we've got for Aries. Aries, what have we got for Aries for the next week? For the home, the Lamante, the Belvedere, and the Lamagnon. Some of you are waiting to buy that new house. You saw that house, you fell in love with that house, you put a bid on that house, and now you're waiting. The contract is coming through for you guys. Whoever this is, your Aries, that has struck a deal on a house, it's perfect for you. It's exactly what you've been waiting for. It's the ideal location, and the family loves it. So for whoever it is that's looking to seal a deal around a home this week, it's a really, really good deal for you to take. Anything else? Let's see. Let's grab one more. I always end up paying for this, but let me take one more. Presente di prezzazione. God, that's a mouthful. All right. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Yes. That contract, that deal, whatever it is that you've got going on right now, Aries, the one that comes to you contractually, the one that comes from your deepest desires, it's that business that you want to start. It's the loan coming through. It's the approval to build that skyscraper, if that's what you're doing. The news is coming shortly to some of you that situation is going to happen, and it's going to happen really soon, Aries. Okay, that's for my fire signs. Thank you, fire signs. If you want me for a private reading, you can reach out to me through my email address or my website. Okay, water signs, Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio. Let's take a look. What have we got for water signs? 1 second, guys. Oh, pardon me. Let's get a little bit dry. Here we go. Okay. I don't want to knock my tea over. That would not be good. All right, here we go. Water signs, water signs, water signs. What's happening, guys? Let's see what we've got going on for you. Work. Home. Unexpected. Your role in your life and the outcome. Water signs. Some of you guys are thinking about moving across state or across the world. Some of you have decided you want to move from your current home for a lot of reasons. As far as work goes, we've got the Ten of Pentacles. So you guys really are working it out. contractually, fulfilling obligations, following directives. You guys are really nailing it. And the money's coming and the profit's coming in. This can also tell me that something connected to family inheritance may be coming through for you. But this is surrounding work. So it really talks more about the business legacy side of things. More prosperity coming in. You may find out that you are going to get a raise or a promotion of some kind. But it's definitely a leg up for water signs. Big, hopeful, successful advancement coming for you. Now, around home, we've got the High Priestess. Now, the High Priestess is all-knowing, and she's flippin' gorgeous, right? She's beautiful. She's beautiful. But the High Priestess has that inner beauty as well as the outer beauty. She's the end-all, be-all of creation. And, you know, she's, and maybe that's the way you're feeling around your home situation right now, water. Maybe you're just very much in tune with your surroundings. But it's time to change. It's time to change. Because there's something about your surroundings, even though, for me, it feels like you are an old hippie living out your days in San Francisco. But there's something about the situation that maybe you didn't expect, wherever you're at in the world. Something unexpected comes, but it's really around your home. Is the area you live in becoming violent, excessively violent? Are you in fear as your surroundings begin to change? As the political climate heats up, are you becoming weary of something going on in your community, in your state, in your country? Is something really getting to the point where you're unexpectedly feeling that change needs to happen? You're feeling burdened by something. It feels more of a community thing to me. It feels very much there's this harmony that you've got going on with your home, within your home. But there's a burden. There's a burden that's hanging over your head. And unexpectedly, you may be deciding, even before you had planned, to let go and to release that energy and decide that it's time to move on. Because your choice is the Two of Wands. The choice, the picking two roads. Do we take the road with the great big mountain in it? Do we take the road that has more twists and turns, but it reaches the goal on flat land? You're being asked to choose the wiser of two roads for you, water signs. Now the outcome, the Nine of Cups, satisfaction. I think that this is usually overabundance, but I think there's an element of real joy that comes with this choice. Whatever it is you're changing, water signs, there's a real element of happiness and satisfaction with what it is that you are accomplishing or bringing in or changing in your life, what you're letting go, whatever it is that is giving you this feeling of great satisfaction. That's your focus. That's your outcome for the month. So I think that the choices, whether it's the hard route or the easy route, whether it's the bumpy route or the one that has to go over the mountain, I think that you will be happy with your outcome. happy with the conclusion of whatever it is that you're wanting to bring through for yourself. So, first we've got Cancer, Belvedere, Lamante, and the Casa, right? So you really have, some of you have been thinking, I want to go home. I want to move closer to a loved one. I want to move closer to my mom and my dad and my sisters and my brothers. I've been away from home for too long, and now I want to go back. I'm wanting to bring myself home. For Cancer, a lot of you are wanting to be back home with your mother. If you've been living a bi-coastal relationship from a partner, I hear that you will be doing what you can to reunite and bring your home back together again. For some of you, you've been away too long. Giovanni Fanciulla, Il Pensiero, and La Vecchia Signora. Yeah, for some of you, you have been away too long. The letters are coming. When are you coming home? When can we see you? Mama misses you. Daddy wants to kiss the babies. There's a real feeling here that the older members of the family are anticipating your arrival. And for some of you, you're deciding to make that journey happen faster. Like, make it happen now instead of later. And so there, it feels to me like you're speeding up the process for some of you Cancers as you decide, some of you, to go home or to transfer or to ask for a transfer. But I think the results are good. And I think if you're leaving behind a situation where there's need for you to pause or be in fear or have to buy a gun for protection, Spirit is saying, you know what? Maybe it's time to go back home. For some of you, that's what you're thinking. Now, we've got Pisces. Whoa, okay. Disgracia. Morte. The gift. The presente di okay. The presentation of the present. A precious gift. Forgive me, I was in a bit of a fire hazard this morning, and it's still getting me. Okay. I was in a restaurant where there was a fire. No, I shouldn't have done this.